know quantum computers. You know blockchain. But do you know both together? Dynex was the first platform to create a neuromorphic supercomputing blockchain-based algorithm which solves real-world problems. And the best part? Anyone can post a job, whether a company from the Global 2000, a machine learning job, or fintech and pharmaceutical. And if you don't want to program it yourself, get an expert directly at the marketplace. Run the job and be impressed by the fast result.
Good morning, all you miners. I hope you all are having a well and fantastic day wherever you are, and I hope you had a very Merry Christmas, if you celebrate Christmas. If not, I hope you had a good time anyway. So, guys, huge shout out to, of course, as you just seen, the sponsor of today's show, Dynex, which without their support, we wouldn't be doing some of the stuff that we're talking about today here on the show. Some things that we are actually purchasing and getting sourced from also other FA community members, aka the GOAT himself, Geek of all trades. Would greatly appreciate all of you liking and subscribing his stuff as well. I'll have a link down to his stuff down below as well. Super shout out to Dynex though, because without them, we would not be basically building a Dell workstation that we are going to be testing out some proof of useful work on, as well as when the Dynex marketplace launches, we'll be trying that out as well on here. So big thanks to our boy Geek, who is actually he's got a spare one of these bad boys just kind of laying around, and he's going to let us purchase it off of him. So we are getting a Dell Precision Tower 7810, which does use DDR4 RAM, which RDIMM RAM, so keep that in mind, not regular RAM. And it does have dual CPU capabilities. So I am going to rip out the main one that's in there. I'll probably benchmark the system as it sits, just so that way I know a good baseline, and then I will go from there. It does have some RAM, it does have a hard drive. I think it's running the 6-core version of the E5 processors, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm going to be upgrading it to this one right here, which is the E5 2699, which is 18 cores, 32 threads, I think, or 36, yeah. 18 and 36. So 18 cores, 36 threads, has a TDP of 145 watts. So together will be, what is that? Around like 290, I think. In total, if we use both of them, which we will. That's going to be our plan for that, is running the V3s. I would love to run the V4, but the V4s are like double the price. So we'll try the V3s for now. I think they'll be fun. But yeah, we're going to run 2 of those, so that way we can run, we can have a shebang of cores and threads. All right, for relatively decent price, about $40 or so per each 2699 V3. So it puts about $80, give or take, for both of those as well. And then of course we do have RAM, but if we add the second processor, we got to add more RAM. All right, so we will be getting some of this RAM as well. Now, of course, since we're adding more RAM, we are just going to replace all of the RAM. That way it's all the same speed and all the same type. Probably run just with, I would either 32 or 64 gig sticks. The 7810s only have 2 slots of RAM per CPU, so 4 DIMMs total. So putting in 2 64s would give us 124 gigabytes of RAM, or 128, sorry. If I'm not mistaken, yeah. Yeah, 128, and you times that by 2 again. So we'll have around like 256 gigabytes of RAM in full total across 2 CPUs. Alright, that's going to be our plan for that, as well as we are going to snag just like a 4 terabyte or 2 terabyte drive. Just something basic and simple that we can just throw in there for job storage. And then I have a 256 gigabyte SSD that I can throw Windows 11 on, and then I'm going to get another one of those, so that way we can not dual boot but have the option to boot into Linux as well through the BIOS. I'm not a big fan of dual booting from the same drive, but I will dual boot via 2 separate drives, right? You know, press F11 and boot from Linux, because that's mainly the way I'm going to go at first. I'm going to try some things out, so I'll need Windows to try out some of my ideas, which will take you along with. But shout out to Dynex, of course, because without their support of the channel, we wouldn't be buying all of this FA hardware right here. That way we can get some benchmarks done, because we wouldn't have been able to do it otherwise, right? We would have, it just taken us longer. So thanks for fast tracking us. We greatly appreciate you guys, and big shout out to your boy Yeti over there. So on some other notes, guys, still no blocks on Radiant. So the FPGA, the single VU33 PE100 board currently. So 17 days in and still no block from the VU33P. It's okay. As long as we hit a block within 84 days, we're good. Because it would take 84 days to mine the same amount of Radiant that we can hit via 1 block. So, I don't know. Weigh the options, right? So, on top of that, the consensus of the community, we have the Ice River KS0pro up and hashing. Currently sitting over here, it's up and hashing, and been kind of testing it out. Of course, there's not much you can really do with it. I may get the updated firmware. I'm not really sure if I will go that route, but nonetheless, it's knocking back at least 20-ish Caspa per day, which is pretty FA. But yeah, so we're running it. The community's consensus was run it while we have it, or run it while we can. I thought about selling it, but the price of them is down right now because the price of Caspa is down right now. So for now, we will just hodl the hardware. It only costs 100 watts. So we'll make the $2 a day and convert it into whatever. But yeah, so that's the current plan that we have going here on the channel. No block. KS0pro is on, and thanks to Dynex, we are buying and building a proof of useful work workstation. So, out freaking standing, guys. I am possibly looking at maybe getting a meter box, another one, potentially, so that way I can meter a new plug that I'm going to have to install probably here in my office. I'm going to install it like right here next to me, since my panel is like literally right here. Touch it. I'm just going to put it right below it, so that way I don't have to do any like crazy cutting or whatever. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. Just so that way I can go ahead and install like the workstation in here and have some more headroom, because running out of plugs. That's the problem, right? First world problems. So guys, I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. I hope you all stay savage. Get your coffee, stay warm, keep your hash rates up, your watts down low. We'll catch y'all next time. Much love, Peace out, stay savage, and remember, keep on mining. See ya.